Van looks fantastic. Told you to be fine under the grime. I pinged you with the $100 left over from what you gave me, so that should help get you off the ground. Also just met my new neighbor over the fence, grumbling about his dirty backyard, and told him to give you a shout. Looks like you've got your first customer. Clean. Clean the backyard. Sure, I'll clean somebody's backyard. Hey Doc, I hope you like the challenge, because I'm pretty sure I've got the dirtiest backyard you've ever seen. That's not me bragging, by the way. I had nothing to do with it. I've just moved back to town for a bit to help my folks. We're both back down to their last knee, and rented what I thought was a great little place. Should have questioned why there weren't any garden picks in the ad. They must have bred rhinos here or something. Anyway, my girls are itching to get out there. I don't want them to still be itching when they get back. So please, do your thing. Sorry, when they get back inside. Thanks a lot, Cal. Bring us in. How do we want to start this? Let's start with the 40 again. Funnily enough, my first girlfriend, Florianne Perez, used to live here back in the day. Those were good times. Why are you telling me this? That seems like something that you don't need to tell your power washer, let alone text them. Talk about boundaries, bro. I'm your power washer. I'm not your therapist. Like, I'll listen to you talk if you want to be out here while I'm power washing, but I'm gonna have my music in my one earbud, and I'm gonna be nodding and going, yeah, yep. Wow, that's pretty wild. Don't text me and expect me to respond. That would be pretty silly. Just like hiring somebody to like shovel your driveway and then going out there and being like, oh yeah, you know, how about them Mets? You see who's gonna be in the Super Bowl? Ah yeah, my team. My team's gonna be there this year. Love the Mets. Who doesn't love the Mets? That'd be pretty silly. Just imagining world's worst employer. Keeps coming back to you, but you're just like, oh, why do I keep taking these jobs? This guy sucks. And also, like, I guess the only reason that you would keep taking those jobs is because they pay the bills and they're good with the payments. Because you disrupt my payment. If I'm in this business and you disrupt the payment that we have worked out, I'm probably gonna be real pissed. Nobody deserves to be shorted for their labor. And I'd especially be upset if it's me doing the labor. Much like my spouse. They have not been celebrating the fruits of their labor at this workplace. Speaking of which, one moment. Alright. Just want to make sure to say hi. Tell the people in your life that you appreciate them. It's important to do so. Sometimes what you think might be implicit is better when you make it explicit. It's better to say that you do care for the people around you and make sure that they know than to never say it and have them be like, I mean, they were nice enough, but they did never say that they loved me or that they appreciated me or cared for me. You gotta be aware of the kind of energy you're putting out into your social life. What kind of energy you're getting back, too. I talked about it earlier, but I read Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. Sorry, I had to make sure that I was remembering the full title. But I read that earlier. I've been reading it for the last couple of weeks. Probably like 2 weeks with off and on reading. Part of my to-do list lately has been just read half an hour every day. I should probably be reading more instead of like looking at my phone in the day-to-day, but a book is a lot harder to carry around than the phone. My book isn't constantly trying to get me to look at it. Let's just say that much. But yes, with my to-do list, I've been making sure to read 30 minutes, and I finally finished that. Finally finished Adult Children of Emotionally Immature Parents. And that was a good read for me. I said it earlier. It wasn't anything that I really didn't know already, but it was reaffirming. And I think when you're reading a self-help book written by a psychologist about a situation that you grew up with, I think that's like the best that you could hope for. If it's what's like opening your eyes to the issues that you've had, that's great. I'm happy that you're making the progress, because everybody needs to. Or at least everybody should acknowledge the home life that we were brought up in. I think it's important to strive to improve. But yes, as I was saying, I read it, and it was nothing new for me. And I hope that other people that have read it, it was also nothing new for them. And I hope that there were lots of people, even more people that read it and were like, wait a second. I can be the one to change my relationship with my parents. I can approach their life and my life saying, we don't have to be completely intertwined. Especially if they're, mistreating me and have had a history of mistreating me. Gotta remember, the life that you want is not always the life that you've lived. Have to make amends with the past in order to move on in the present and to dictate where your future goes. I know I harp on this kind of stuff a lot, but like mental health, I kind of got my degree in psychology, and look at where I'm at now. I'm not exactly in a position to be doing anything other than like trying to entertain people on the internet. I don't really have a whole lot going on skill set wise other than like understanding mental health to a pretty basic extent and playing video games. So I might as well talk about who I am, what I'm talking about, at least a little bit. Bring my experiences into my stream of consciousness, as well as my stream of entertaining, or at least an attempt at entertainment. I'm certainly not great at a lot of things. But I am pretty good at a couple. Maybe I'm good at video games. Maybe not good. I don't think I would describe myself as good at video games. I'd probably put myself down as above average. But that's just, well, we'll go specific video games. I would say that I'm better than average at very specific types of games. Like Souls-likes. Even if my my Tyrant's Realm gameplay earlier this week was not exactly the best. I will admit that. Sorry, double checking this side. Okay, we'll just continue to go along the outlines here. But yeah, I mean, I kind of specialized in mental health in college. So I have a lot of options for where that could take me in the future. Where that could take me in the future is back to school, for sure. Get a master's in mental health, probably social work. Something adjacent to that, mental health counseling. Because that is the stuff that will get you degrees. Even in the face of, not degrees, that's the stuff that will get you jobs. There will always be a place to assist people in social work. My problem is that I don't want to, like, work under other people. I'm pretty particular about, we'll just say a lot of things. But I'm especially particular about who I work for. And while I think that the benefits could be good, working for, like, a state government, probably not federal government, let's be real. Working for any of those governments in mental health, you're trying to tick a lot more boxes than I want to. I just want to actually help people. Then again, a lot of everything is ticking boxes. Modern day life is a lot of ticking off boxes. Not really doing the things that we find particularly engaging because we don't have time. We don't have the time to appreciate what hobbies we do have because we are always working. For me, streaming is definitely a job for me. I technically make money off of it. I say that and I laugh because I think last time I checked, my payout was $2.87. That's not the payout. Sorry, my apologies. Not my payout. My money that I can get in $50 increments is currently at like $5. Is that great? No. Is that sustainable for, like, making money? Absolutely not. I fortunately have a spouse that is extremely understanding, and I live with their parents. That's where I'm at. That's where that has brought me. The only reason I'm still doing this is because I need something to entertain myself, to keep my hands occupied in the day-to-day. Like, my stream time, me power washing, this is my gaming time. I spent all day today editing videos. I did have another Twitch stream open up on my other monitor, and that certainly distracted me. But, like, I spent, I want to say, like, 4.5 hours doing editing and uploading, because this stuff always ends up on YouTube. On my YouTube channel. If you're watching it there, say hi. Thanks. That's for the future. But yes, I've turned one of my hobbies into something that, like, I'm applying myself to. I spend every day chopping up my previous stream into videos, and I spend a decent bit of time editing those. Joe Average, what's up? Do you do bikes? I could do with someone running their thing over my deadbeat dirt bike. Sure, I would love to. Florian and I would climb up and down that rock garden all day, pretending we were rumbling Rushless and the pond was the crater. Calvin, I have no idea how we explain the fish being there, though. Calvin, I didn't ask for your life story. Did anybody watching this ask for my life story? Probably not. Who cares? This is my stream, and, you know, I'm here doing my thing. These all end up as bespoke YouTube videos too, typically. I think I cut out a lot of the fluff. Or at least the stuff that I think is deeply unentertaining. I'm always looking for critique, though. If it's actually, like, useful critique. Like, I mentioned it before, but a YouTube comment left a message saying, "Oh, you should look into a pop filter." I think it was not a pop filter. It was a specific, like, a compressor, and I was like, "Oh, I hadn't even considered that. Thank you." That's exactly the kind of critique that I think would suit me and my needs perfectly. Tell me what I can improve on. I'm always happy to receive critique that is actionable and not just like, "This sucks. I hate this. You suck. I hate you." Because that's not actionable feedback. That's being a dick for no reason. Let's acknowledge that. There's no reason to present critique in a mean and mean-spirited fashion. We're all living our own life. There are certain critiques that I can understand being a little bit more passionate about. specifically about, like, fascism. We'll just leave it there. You can have, I'll say, you can certainly have strong opinions about fascism and how bad it is. There is a reason. I will be very unambiguous with this. Nazis are not welcome on any of my pages. If you believe in ideology that spreads hate, I don't want you here. It's simple as that. We can be respectful. We can be caring. We can be kind. But if you have beliefs that are antithetical to that, go away. Reevaluate yourself and reevaluate what brought you to the point that you're at. That you feel that you need to spread those kinds of messages. We'll just leave it at that for that one. Okay, we're making progress here. I'm feeling pretty good about how this specific corner of this backyard is looking. You know what? Let's do the lawnmower. We'll just clean off all of the accessories before we come back to that. I want to see stuff get ticked off. I want to tick off the boxes. Wash it all off. How do you get such a dirty lawnmower? Like, every single inch, every centimeter, just absolutely covered in disgusting, like, rust and grime. You just leave it out in the elements all day? You never bring it back inside? You have a shed. Why wouldn't you bring it back into your shed? I know that this isn't this guy's house, but, like, seriously, how do you get this much grime in such specific spots? Lawnmower cleaned. Clean out the engine, too. I wouldn't trust putting this much water into the lawnmower engine. Alright. The lawnmower is clean. Let's make more progress over here. Try and work on the staircase. Yeah, we'll go with the staircase next. Maybe this will be a good meditative sort of mental game. If I need to talk about things, we can say, you know what, let's play some Power Wash Simulator. I think I completed every mission in House Flipper, the first House Flipper. And I was like, oh, okay, that's pretty nice. That's a pretty good game. I enjoyed my time with it for certain. I got a couple of the DLC packs, I believe. I've slowly been working my way through, like, every house that I've had available. Maybe we could do a couple of streams of that, too. Are they games that Germa has also played? Yes. Yes, they are. That's just how it goes, though. Like, there's only so many games out there, and there's only so many that you can, like, stream in an entertaining fashion. Me, I just like sausage. You know that Glass Animals song? That Take a Slice? Am I misremembering that? Other people are like 20s, 20s. Me, I just like sausage. I'm pretty sure that's also not the exact quote, but that's the way that I hear it. I don't really eat meat nowadays, but I do appreciate a good sausage. One of the exceptions that I end up making pretty frequently. I'll see a nice cheap package of sausages, bratwurst typically, maybe like a spicy Italian. I am weak to the sausage. You can take that as you will. I don't know, I just like sausages. People have survived off of them forever. Been a pretty integral part of a lot of diets in a lot of places. Like, there's this YouTuber I've been watching. I think he's outdoor cooking or wilderness cooking. That guy, one, all of the food he makes looks really, really good. Two, super. That's like the big appeal of his content to me. The super. Also, like, seeing, I believe he's from Georgia, right? I may be incorrect. I did not mean to offend with my incorrect assumption. I thought I saw something about him being from Georgia. I may be correct or incorrect about that. Anyways, like, seeing all of the differences in food prep. Like, I'm really interested in cooking. I think in a different timeline I would have ended up trying to become a chef, and I would have burnt out super hard on that. Hell, I still might end up doing that. I just... The idea of cooking for other people professionally, my aunt recently said to me, cooking is the most radical form of self-love. And I know that sounds like hippie stuff, but I read it and I was like, wow, that's actually a really impactful statement. It's important to keep in mind that kind of stuff. Like, you have to take care of your body. Your body is the vessel for your brain. And your brain is you. Your brain and your body are one. Your brain is just the central processing unit for everything that goes on in your body. It interprets all of these signals from the rest of your body. And it tells you, oh yeah, I'm hungry, I'm cold, I'm sleepy. Let's do these rest activities so that we can have a better brain experience. So treat your body right. Or at least, like it is you and your brain and your body together form the soul. The mind, the body, the soul. The brain by itself doesn't do anything. The body by itself also doesn't do anything. Like, well, it does. Obviously they do. They have their own things that they do. I say they don't do anything, but like, this is what Frankenstein is about. The body is but a vessel. And Victor Frankenstein had somehow managed to bring a soul out of piecing parts together. I mean, it's obviously fiction, but like, in the novel, Victor Frankenstein is a parent. He is the parent to Adam, Frankenstein's monster. And he neglects that duty. Adam says, I am real, I am here. I am my own independent being. And what's truly monstrous is Victor Frankenstein's behavior towards Adam. He regrets his own actions. Very obviously, he says to himself, I just want you, like, I don't want you in my life. I regret having spawned you into this world because I am now responsible for you. And I don't feel good about being the one in charge of you. I mean, this is like very obvious breakdown and like interpretation of Frankenstein. But it loops back into what we've been talking about earlier with adult children of emotionally immature parents. Victor Frankenstein is an emotionally immature parent. In that novel, he does not accept his own actions and like the fact that he brought another life into the world, or like harbored life into a vessel. I guess, I mean, Adam is certainly alive. I wouldn't say he created new life so much as, I'm not sure how I would describe it. Harper Shaw, hey doc, bumped into the park warden. He definitely needs your help. Alright, more job opportunities. Sick. Cool. But yes, Victor Frankenstein just outright rejects his responsibility to Adam. And when Adam says, look, give me somebody that I can love and understand, and like, give me another one of my race. And Frankenstein says, yeah, sure, and then says, actually, this is a terrible idea. What if they make more? What if they spawn more? Well, maybe you should have reflected upon whether or not you should, rather than the fact that you could in the first place. You hold responsibility. And sure, while Adam and Frankenstein's monsters, like, core is, I guess, fundamentally different, he is human in his own way. He is at the very least human in the parts that he is made from. Is he that much different than you or I? I mean, yes, but, like, he just wanted to live his own life. He wanted love. He wanted companionship. Can you really fault Adam for that? Can you fault Adam for that in the face of an unloving and unwanting parent? An unloving and unwanting creator? I don't know. I'm no philosopher. I'm not the one that decides everything, but I can present what I believe from that narrative. Mary Shelley really was cooking when she came up with that one, huh? I should reread that. I already read the book once, back in high school, but, like, that is a story that has had a greater impact upon me than I thought initially. There's a lot of messaging in there that I come back to, and I'm like, wow, Mary Shelley based? The proto-based? And she just wrote this up so fast. Isn't the story for that, like, she wrote it up over, like, a weekend retreat, essentially? Now that's crazy. I've been working on a book, and I have 8 pages, and it's been, like, a month. Part of that is because I'm overworking on streaming stuff a little bit. I need to reassess my relationship with that and, like, see when I'm going to invest that time. Because I certainly don't need to be doing it every day the way that I have. I have videos scheduled out for, like, 2 weeks. And nobody knows or needs to know or cares currently. I mean, other than me. I don't need that backlog. I don't need that backlog for myself. Not unless I'm, like, actually going to be doing things. Which I'm not. I can probably take a day or two to work on my editing a little bit more. Be a little bit more patient with it. Be a little less distracted. More present in my editing. More present in what I'm doing then, too. It's pretty minimal stuff that I am doing. But it does take up time. I'm certainly not creating products of intense labor. Although I have been thinking about doing some video essays as well. Maybe I'll do a video essay about Frankenstein. That would require me to reread it. Maybe I'll do a video essay specifically about adult children. The book that I read. I'm just going to leave it at adult children. I need to readjust my headset too. Take these off. Ooh. Been wearing my headset all day today. Probably spending too much time working on editing. Is what that says to me? That what? I'm excited for the weekend though. It is Friday. This is the last stream before I spend time with my spouse. We have plans to play some Halo. You know what? I'm gonna turn down the water volume even more. It just feels that much louder, even still. And it's on all the time, so we might as well crank it down so that my audio is a little bit more manageable, so that I'm actually audible. Patio cleaned. Okay, one step closer. Let's clean this out. But yeah, I've been thinking about doing a lot of video essays lately. I think I'm gonna end up changing, if I do decide I want to do more video essays, I'm probably gonna change my stream schedule up a little bit. Make those days like 3 days a week at most. That way I'm doing less editing with that and keep focus more on exactly how I want to approach the situation of creating a video essay. Because, like, I've never done it before. I've written essays, though. And a video essay is just another medium for which to present an essay. Could probably talk about a lot of different things. I'm a little bit of a yapper. At least nowadays. When I get going about things I'm interested in. Should probably end up doing one about, like, Fallout 3. I think I'll do another playthrough of Fallout 3 before I do that one, though. I can really digest and say, was nostalgia what made me like this game so much? And I'll tell you, yeah, it was. Fallout 3, pretty flawed product. I'm probably going to end up doing Tale of Two Wastelands, and I'll just try and approach, like... I'm just going to approach the subject of, like, yeah, who cares? Fallout 3 is a much worse product without modding it, just like 90% of other Bethesda products. People aren't... let's address this. People aren't playing Fallout 3 in 2025 because they really say, oh, I really want to give Bethesda money for the work that they've done on this game. How old? Oh my god, is that game old enough to drink this year? Not drink, sorry. I think it turns 18 this year. Or is that next year? Am I thinking 2000? Fallout 3 come out? Here, hang on. Fallout 3 release. It was 2007, right? 2008. I'm misremembering. 17. That game is 17 years old. That game is old enough to graduate from high school. That's pretty crazy. The passage of time sure is inevitable, huh? we certainly do feel the sands fall in the hourglass. Let me clean out this. I don't think we're gonna get all of that for some reason. There we go. Burn house cleaned. Okay. Onto the grill. But yeah, I will probably try and play some Fallout 3. I'll figure that out. Maybe that'll be a... You know what, let's be real. That's probably gonna be like a me and my spouse thing. Could be a stream game, but I don't think... I want to save that for people watching. And, Fallout 3 is certainly a game best enjoyed when you can riff on it with your friends. Or at least the people around you. Because that game... pretty flawed. Lots of issues in the way that game holds up. Just generally. Not to mention that modern hardware just will not play it without some serious work. You gotta really dedicate yourself to wanting to sit down and play Fallout 3 without it crashing a billion times. Or without modding it to an entirely unrecognizable state. I would say modding is also art. Video games are art, modding also art. I was thinking about, this is definitely something I'm going to end up doing a video essay on. Video games are in fact art. I have a lot of park warden. Is this the Dirt Finder General? Got your details from a certain Harper Shaw, as there is an alleged dirt problem at the local park. Saw my dream RV at the auctions, all creamy, like a toffee pie on wheels. Why are these people sending me their life story? I wouldn't know whether to drive it or lick it. No comment. Unfortunately, it sold for a crazy amount, but the dream lives on. Harper, I'm at work. I'm power washing, brother. Don't tell me you want to have sex with whatever vehicle that was. I have manual labor to do. I have expertise to perform. Maybe we can finish this backyard before the end of the stream. That seems unlikely, actually. We'll probably end up coming back to this. That's fine by me. I'm having a great time. Having fun talking smack about complete nonsense. This is just something for me to do with my hands. Really, we're just here for the yap. And when I say that, I mean specifically, I'm here to yap. No, anybody else is here, hopefully, for the same, but I'm here to talk. I'm here to let my opinions be heard. in this online forum. We can exchange ideas. Perhaps exchange ideas in a fashion that helps all of us grow. Here, let me try the 15-degree. Yeah, the 15's getting it. Let's see if we can fully clean off the top here. Get this decking looking good. Wash off my deck. This isn't my deck. This is another dude's patio. Washing another dude's deck. Who doesn't love the Cali accent? I don't know, I've kind of run out of steam here. We're at the end of our stream, typically. Around now. I did... Yeah, we'll just keep going, though. My glycogen, it has been fueled by my delicious sandwich. Can you see my cat? Yes, you can. You can see the beautiful kitty. I'm sure she will be thrilled that I'm stopped talking, too. She is not one for conversation. The other cat in this household certainly is, though. She is a very vocal cat. And I'm pretty sure she really likes having people talk to her. Whereas the kitty in here, she does not like it when people are talking a lot of the time. She is very particular. She's a particular kitty. And I can't blame her. All cats is the same in their own fashion. Some are just, you know, more the same than others. I've been training her to be a little bit more vocal lately, too. That has been an interesting excursion. She certainly does a lot more murping. Little cat chirps. The little chirps. She's a good cat, though. She's a menace, and I love her. I love the sort of tsundere approach with animals, just like, ugh, my cat sure is a real bastard. Love her, though. We love the kitty. Gotta love your pets. Gotta have good pets. All pets are good. I think last time I was streaming, or at least like when I was trying to become a partner, I believe I did have Arthur, my flame Siamese, back in my home state, back when I was streaming from an apartment. I didn't really preserve those archives, or those streams, specifically because, like, I just spent a lot more time playing games with friends, and I thought, maybe somebody else will want to watch, too. And upon reflection, I'm like, nobody's watching these streams anyways. Just do it for myself. Play games I want to play. Figure out how to be entertaining on top of it? Sure. I'm just not much of a multiplayer game person anymore. At least not like PvP. I know a lot of my friends have been saying, oh, you should play Marvel Rivals. If I was going to play Marvel Rivals, it should have been on release, because as soon as the gamers really start like putting the meta chokehold on the game, that's when it starts dying, which is a big bummer. When you have optimal decision making and you're not just like, but I didn't know, and your team still flames you, that's when you know it's time to put down the controller for the evening and just be like, do I actually enjoy playing this game? I'm probably gonna stop playing so much Bazaar eventually. Maybe one of these next streams will just do Power Washing Simulator for the whole thing or something like that. Because, like, I like Bazaar, but like, the meta shakeouts are pretty stale. I even played through Monitor Lizard Hell. Back when that was, you know. Now we're in Pufferfish Hell. Like, Poison is fun. I just feel like it needs to have answers. And putting 500 poison on somebody, there's no real big answer for that. For burn, it's just put up shield, because it halves it. It halves the amount of damage you take per tick. That's a pretty good counter. Regen nullifying that amount of poison or less, that's a counter. But you just can't get the kind of regen that you'd need to deal with that nearly as fast. Wow, I'm talking about Bazaar meta. I should reevaluate. Anyways, I think I will stop playing Bazaar soon. At least for a bit, until like open beta comes out. Because right now, I feel like the pool of people just keeps getting smaller and smaller. And it becomes more focused on very specific builds and a meta. And I don't think that's that fun. When I play a decision-based game and it turns out that it's solved, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna make the decisions that benefit me. I use the solved equations, and it doesn't become a game anymore. It just becomes math. And if I wanted to do math, if I'm gonna do a math stream, I'm gonna do a stream. I'm gonna do a math stream specifically. I want to do a stream where I'm doing algebra, I guess. I actually was terrible at algebra, or at least like pre-algebra for a while. I think that came down to my poor education system in the state that I lived. I think I had a couple of teachers that just really did not work with me. And one of them that had been phoning it in for so long as to like completely lose interest in trying to like teach. It was more about her own pride, from what I could gather. Just like, ah, yes, I've taught so many of these kids. I've taught, like, I don't know, how many classes worth? Okay, missing a couple spots. We'll get the roof here, too. But I'm pretty sure she'd been teaching for like 30 years. I'm, I'd also had a. Sorry, I want to try and get this roof. How do I get on the roof? Are the crouch jumps enough? Nope. Anyways, she'd been teaching for like 30 years by the time I'd gone through, so I'm sure she was done actually teaching people. I'm sure she had done enough of that, and it was just like, this is my job. And don't get me wrong, teachers have it very difficult. Teachers have it a lot more difficult than I do in their career of choice. There's always. We need people to teach our kids. We need people. We need to actually reward the people that teach our kids. And also consider the amount of power that we give individuals over our children. I mostly mean that in the fashion of. Can I? Can I please get on the roof of this? Anyways, I mostly mean that in the fashion of. Sure, I guess I'll jump. We should be aware of the kind of people that become teachers. I'm not saying that a lot of teachers are predators, but I've heard a lot of stories of teachers being handed opportunities to abuse their power and them doing so. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, as they say. I'm just gonna finish washing off this ceiling, this roof, the tiling here, this sofa. Once we have this cleaned off, that'll be the stream for today. We'll save it up and we'll finish this up next time. Okay.